Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in today. And today I have one of my favorite formats on ColorTube. It is the completed pages, and for me it is the completed pages of the last quarter, so for the first 3 months of the year. And I have kind of a stack of books in which I've worked in the last couple of months and that I want to present to you now. So it's Easter, but I'm starting off with a Halloween book, actually. So let's get started. In the first days of January, I actually finished a long time work in progress from the Little Witches adult coloring book by Coloring Book Cafe. And the page that I finished, I started it in 2018 and just finished it in the first couple of days of January this year. And it is this page, and I have to say that I worked on this page with polychromos, and it is kind of grainy. I don't know if you can actually see it, but yeah, I didn't enjoy it very much. And then I just thought, okay, let's try alcohol markers as a base. So you can see here, these were all the little things that were missing, and as soon as I put the marker base on the page, it was a lot more fun to work in this book. And the background I have actually done with gelatos, because it is one of my targets to use my art supplies, and I have to say that gelatos are a really beautiful medium for creating backgrounds, especially in those really thin paper, those Create Space Amazon printed books. And you can create like very smooth blends without a lot of effort, and you get those really beautiful colors. So this is really the perfect medium for me to use in those books. In a dry way, the paper is not buckling, and it's just fun. And yeah, so this was my first image. I don't have any extras on here. So then I actually continued to work on my work in progresses. And if you can remember this image here, I had a very ugly gouache bouquet background on it. I also have a video for it, but maybe I should take it down. It's really ugly. But yeah, this was what kept me off. I actually only had to finish those two birdies, those little cute pies here, and her eyes and lips and things. And yeah, for the background I went over with gesso, so I gessoed it 2 times, and then I went over with gelatos, and I did some acrylic splash on the background, and I find that this looks like a shabby chic look. So I actually really like the effect of this background, which could only be achieved with the gesso underneath the gelatos, I guess. And yeah, these are my little birdies here. I also enjoy these very much. I just googled small birds, and this was the color scheme that I liked for this image, as she has orange hair. So no specials on here, just a little bit, tiny little bit of stickles on her nails and on the dress a little bit. Yeah, but that's actually all. So, and this image is from Mariula Budek, of course, because she just has the most amazing portraits, I guess. So the next whip that I completed was this one by Mystic Art Mirrors, and this is from her Beautiful Creatures book. And I only had done the hair of her, and the hair is done with a mixture of Pablo pencils and Prismacolors. And yeah, then I went in and finished up the rest. I added like her body a little bit myself, because on this image originally there was this arm, and then this arm just skipped off here, and so this part was missing, and I didn't know how to incorporate just the part of her body into the background. and that's why I added actually the rest of her body, so that's all on the same length here, so to speak. And yeah, on the background I used Neocolor too, and then I went over with the Paul Rubens watercolor, the shimmer watercolor paints, which I really adore, to get this really beautiful shimmery effect. In the background I do have a little bit of glossy accents here on her unicorn horn, and also here a little bit on this stuff. So yeah, let's give you a close-up. Yeah, so that's how she looks. So, and then I finally started one of my list of shame books. This is Mouse Guard by David Peterson, and I wanted to start this book for the longest time, so I finally did it. And I worked on the first page actually, because it's really cute, and I wanted to work in this book with Inktense. And if you watched my goals, then you know that I want to use some supplies a little bit more, and the goal was to use Inktense, and I used them on all the greenery here actually. Then I did a gelato space on this little mouse, and the fur I created with Prismacolors, and the background is also done with the gelatos. So that's how this little guy looks. No special effects on here because this is a double-sided book. I can give you a little bit of a close-up. I have to say that it was a pain to work with the gelatos on this background because, as you can see, there are those very small little spaces everywhere, so this is something you better not do. They, the full potential of gelatos come out when you have like bigger open areas to work with, where you can really blend them nicely. But yeah, this one is my page by David Peterson from his Mouse Guard book, and I enjoyed this one very much. So then my obsession started. This is one of my 10 books to finish eventually. This is Pop Manga Cute and Creepy by Camilla Derrico. I think it is her third book, the third coloring book, and I have to say that I really enjoy working in this book. It doesn't actually have the my favorite images in it, but it is just my favorite book to work in it. So for this page here I do have some videos on my channel if you're interested. The tree branch I did with Inktense in a color chat video. I think I did the this or that tag, and then I also have a video on this little cute guy here. This one was colored with gelatos, and I didn't went over with pencil or anything, so this is purely done with gelatos, except for his eyes. The eyes are done with pencils, and the background is Neocolor too. And I also went over with soft pastels a little bit to get those corners like really dark and to smooth it out a little bit. And the tip with the soft pastels going over like Neocolor watercolor, I have this idea from Olivia Odorant. She had a beautiful universe video on her channel. If I not forget, I will link it for you. So yeah. So this was one of the images. We can have a little bit of a close-up. I don't actually have any special effects, just a little bit of a glitter gel pen around this little guy. Hopefully you can see it, and try to color in some dots for like a star sky, night sky. So this was the first one from this book, and then I continued. So this page here is started. It's not finished, obviously, as you can see. This background is also done with the gelatos, and I filmed it, so this will be a future video on my channel. I just need actually to edit it and upload it. And of course I will also finish this one on the channel. So if you also like to work in this book and are interested in the gelatos, stay tuned for it. I used a little bit of those metallic and iridescent gelatos on this page, that's why it's a little bit shimmery. And the feathers I actually just outlined with a glittery gel pen. I only did it on the right side, still need to do it here on the left side. Yeah, so this is just a work in progress at the moment that I need to finish. And then, yeah, I also did this image here. This is the mummy page from this book. And yeah, I've worked on her with Prismacolors. I finished this page in February. And on the background I also used the gelatos, for which I also have a video. But yeah, still need to edit it and upload it. I know I'm so slow. So, but I have to say that it was a pain to work on this page with the gelatos because of those smaller areas again. So I hope I learned my lesson now. The gelatos are better working on really like open spaces on the background, like maybe when you have a big area around an object, then the gelatos would work really well. But not so good when you have like really those small, tiny areas, then it's not so much fun. So we can take a little bit of a close-up if you like. Again, I also used the metallic and iridescent gelatos, so it has a little bit of a shimmer. I don't know if you can see it, but you can see that you can get like really dark with the gelatos as well, so that's actually quite nice. And then I have one more image from this book. So as I said, it was really fun to work in this book in the last couple of months. This one also finished in February. It is this really cute ghost image here, and I worked with ink tints on it. Went over with pencils to smooth it out a little bit. It wasn't that smooth this time. And on the background I worked again with Neocolor 2 and went over with soft pastels also to darken the corners again a little bit. And just around the ghost I do have a little bit of gelatos. It was one of those iridescent white gelatos to give this ghost kind of a glow or shimmer, no, more like a glow around it. And on the hair I've used a metallic silver gel pen because I thought this would look quite nice. So yeah, that is this image. Really a lot of fun to work with various mediums in this book. We can try to do a little bit of a close-up. But yeah, so that was all that I did in this book. And then we had the February event, and yeah, I absolutely fell in love with this image by Christine Karen. It is her Faye darling, and this was the grayscale version of this image. She has line art and grayscale, and yeah, I really have to say that this was a pleasure to work on this one. I used Prismacolors on it. It also has a little bit of sheen, and I also I guess this is the Paul Rubens or something, like a shimmer watercolor paint. And the background is done with soft pastels, so just a quick and easy background. I give you a little bit of a close-up. I added a little bit of stickles on the wings as well. And I did use perfect pearls on those little pearls here. So this is a little bit embossed, so to speak. And yeah, so that was this beautiful Faye by Christine Karen. A lot of fun to work on it. So then I worked on several books from my March bag. If you have not seen it, I will link it for you in the corner. I think it is this corner. And yeah, this one is Creative Haven, The Beautiful Language of Flowers by John Green. And this is also one of my 10 books to finish. And I started it and did my first page from it. This was just the hashtags I wanted to use for this image on Instagram. Haven't posted it yet, still need to do it. And yeah, so I've used I think mainly Prismacolors on this image, and I tried to follow a tutorial book by Cheng. She called it a Peonies page that she had created and drawn herself, and I just wanted to use those color combinations and try it on this page because this is the Peony Good Fortune page. And I really like all the colors, the reddish and pink flowers. I don't like this orange color. I think, yeah, it turned out completely different than the one from Cheng, which was more of a salmon color, a salmony pink color. But I think I overdid it with the yellow, and then it turned completely orange. So, marble effect? Yeah, don't know. So, but it was a lot of fun to work on this page actually. The paper is quite nice, quite okay. So, that was this one. So we are almost through. So this is Faye's Cute and Creepy Coloring Book by Selena Fennec. And I worked in this book and I finished 2 pages. This was an old one. So I finished actually this page here. And this is the Vampy Friends image that I call it for my Halloween color tag, I believe. I finished this one in February and I did it with the Black Widow pencils. On the background I used the gelatos again because, as I said, gelatos are just perfect for this thin kind of paper to get some even smooth blends and nice colors. And I don't actually have special effects on her, just really some tiny bits. Give you a little bit of a close-up here. But yeah, so, and then I did another one from this book, and it is the Little Miss Muffet page. I really like this page, it's so cute. And of course, I always do marker bases in those books, like on this thin paper. And here I went over with a mixture of Prismacolors and polychromos. On the hair I've used polychromos and also Prismacolors. A lot of stickles on the spider web. And I don't know if you can see, I've used a little bit of Perfect Pearls to outline actually some of the lines on her hair, her dress, to make it a little bit like glowing. And yeah, a lot of stickles on the spider web. And I'll give you a little bit of a close-up. The spiders are also quite cute. Yeah. So yeah, and yeah, the background was done with soft pastels. So just wanted to have a very quick background, and yeah, so that's that page. And I think, yeah, just a few more now. So then I worked in the Fairy and Fantasy Grayscale coloring book by Christine Karen, and this is one of my 10 books to finish. And yeah, this page I have a color along on my channel, so I will link it for you up right in the corner and in the info box as well. You know, this image was colored with the Castle Out pencils. I wanted to try these pencils and I really enjoyed them on the printer paper at least. I'm not so sure how much I would like it on the actual paper book, even though this is a 100-gram paper, but on this, this is a 160-gram printer paper, or kind of like an all-purpose paper, so also for crafting. It worked very well. I have some outlining here on the border with a golden gel pen, a little bit of a glazed jelly roll on her wings, and some Wing of Stellar, I believe, on her sleeves. So I hope you can see it, like on her wings. This is like a see-through, yeah, wings, a see-through sleeves, and yeah, this was this image. Then currently I have a color along for this image on my channel, and this one is colored with the Arteza pencils. So there will come another part until it is finished, 3 parts for this image, and you can see that we have a little bit of stickles on her tail, because I find like mermaid tails have to be sparkly and have to have something special on them. And the background is just a soft pastel background. Yeah, on this paper it works really well. This is also on my printer paper, so not actually colored in the book. This is my printer paper. It's also 160 gram, the all-purpose paper by Rainbow. Papyrus is the brand name, I believe. And yeah, just finished this one in February. And yeah, I enjoy the Arteza pencils also quite a bit, at least on this paper here. Not so sure about the thinner paper. Need to try that. Yeah, I think there's nothing more to say about this. Maybe a close-up for you. So if you want to follow it, yeah, take a look. There is a color along on my channel for it. Okay, and then my last page, I colored a page directly into the book. So this is on this original paper, this 100-gram paper. And I colored this with the Black Widow pencils. And yeah, I have to say that the Black Widows work a lot better on my printer paper compared to this paper here. It might also be, this is a grayscale book, and I had a feeling like that the printer ink is kind of a little bit resisting the color. It just was my feeling. The colors are not so bright as they usually would be, but I'm quite satisfied with it. It's okay. It's nothing too special, but I have a little bit of stickled just there in the middle part. This should be like a little bit of like fairy dust, and yeah, let's give you a little bit of a close-up. Here is the sparkle part, and for this flower I tried to follow the original painting by Christian Karen, because I really like that. On the underneath the leaves it was a little bit more this bluish green, while here more this leafy, yeah, beautiful warm green. And then yeah, so I enjoy to color this part here, actually those leaves. But for the skin I find it doesn't take too many layers. I have to test out how Prismacolors would work in this. In it, I guess it would work a lot nicer with a marker base and then maybe Prismacolors or polychromos. Yeah, but I will find it out. So this was the last book, and now I have one more work in progress to share. So I also started this really cute fairy by Julia Sperry, and I wanted to try out a new printer paper that I got, and this paper is by HP, and I wanted to find an HP paper because I thought HP is really well known all over the world, I guess. But this paper is yeah, not the one, because it's very smooth. I mean, perfect for printing obviously, but for coloring it is comparable with marker paper, so it takes maybe 2 layers and then yeah, that's it. So really not perfect for it actually. Yeah, but it was well worth a try, and I mean, I like the result, but it's obviously harder to get there, and yeah, not so much fun to work on it actually. It's yeah, but maybe when I do a marker base, then it would work nicer, I hope. I also added already a little bit of stickles here on her lashes, and some spots and some glittery gel pen on this flower here. So, and I just love this image. It's so cute. I absolutely adore it, and yeah, I really wanted to color this. So, and this was all for this completed pages video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that I will see you in my next video on Sunday, which will be my coloring back for April. Yeah, in which I show you my coloring plans for April, all the books that I would like to work in, or from which I will select some books to work in. And yeah, so take care everyone, happy Easter, happy coloring, take care and bye!